This is episode 35, a part 2 of Manny Mac episode. Stay tuned, it's going to be amazing, it's going to be a banger. He shared so many great stuff, and you will get to feel refreshing when you listen to it. And in case you missed the part 1, you can check out episode 34 to get the part 1, so that everything will make sense to you. This is Creativity is an Idea and a source of creativity for creative people. So stay tuned and enjoy.
I've dated black women, and I went to a very, Western Carolina's a very southern school. So you gotta have that redneck kind of country vibe. So I'm friends with all people like that. But then, I would hang out with a lot of, the African side, African American side. So it's I was in both worlds, and I was kind of in the middle, oh gosh, I didn't know where I fit in. And growing up in that, I realized, I kind of resonated more towards African Americans. I felt more humble and more at home, and more people I was around like that. And dating black women has been a kind of almost like an issue in the South, and it kind of still is in a lot of ways with certain people. I still get looks every now and then, and in certain places and stuff like that. I think it's funny now. I laugh at it, and I kind of almost thrive on it. I'm like I'm happy and you're not, and I kind of laugh at it, and it's always going to be there. So this Civil War film I've been writing, since 2010, I've been writing it. And it's based off of a Union soldier and a white Southern, a white Southern soldier. So basically, it's all during a prison exchange, and this Union soldier is the prisoner, and these Southern soldiers are transporting these prisoners basically to a prison camp, and all hell breaks loose. Everybody's shot up and killed except the white Southern officer and the black Union officer. And then this Southern officer has the sense of well, everybody's dead, I'm still going to take you to the jail.
Let me go.
And as they go along, they learn about each other, and they learn how stupid the war was. And in a sense, a lot of people even to this day have stories about they didn't know why they were fighting. They didn't know what the hell this racism was even about, because it's just people at the end of the day. And that's what this movie is really about. It's not about color. It's about who you are as a person. And you learn that in this movie that it's more of individualism. It's more of life and love, and they've become friends in the movie. And I'm not going to spoil the movie because
don't tell us.
We still plan on shooting it. In the next 2019 is actually when we're putting all the pre-production together and everything. So I'm really excited. And it's crazy that this is such a big topic now. with everything going on with Trump and these rallies, and it's crazy how I literally been writing for that many years, and it's kind of all came to life now. And so I really believe in that. My father's a Muslim. I'm half Lebanese. Ever since 9/11, Muslims are looked at as terrorists, as evil people.
You sure?
I'm Catholic. Isn't that crazy? I'm Catholic. So it's it's weird. I've been dowed around all of religions, and seeing that how much racism and prejudice comes to my dad and that kind of vibe, it just made me realize how much I love life. And I don't see color. I'm clear. I don't see. I go anywhere I want. You know what I mean? I see people, and sometimes people don't get that. And I get growing up in different cultures, different vibes, stuff like that. But I don't know. I think I just love life so much that I'll put myself around anybody. I don't care who you are, and I'll find the good in you.
Yeah, he's colorblind, but he sees green.
That's that's good. I like that.
So that was Manny. And I don't know if you got the question answered. Your source of creativity, and you said life.
Yeah, just life in general. Yeah, I really build off life, and I feel that's why I told you the energy. Even when I go up on music videos, concepts are cool and scripting everything's out, but stuff always changes. Your friend that was supposed to play the police officer in the video, they don't show up. So you gotta move with the times. Just keep going as the production goes, and that's how I feel a sense of a lot of my work is. It's based off vibes.
Based off vibes. So, what vibe are you emitting in your circle? It's so weird. If you decide to be negative, if you decide to be down in your head, the moment you get into an environment, people can feel it.
That's right.
People can feel it. And I tell you this, I usually tell some artists this, one guy wanted to have a personality, and I said, you can wear all white. all black, right? And go into a room and people will be like, who's that?
Mm-hmm.
And quite scared, wondering what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And someone can wear all black and walk into a room smoothly with a steady smile or grin on the face, and people will be happy. And it all depends on what is up here.
That's right.
The expression.
That's right.
And the mindset you have going in there.
I think that's been like a big part of me, because like I always focus on positivity and energy, and the fact that any room I'm in, I always try to make it a brighter room, because I want my energy to radiate on you, because like we could create something beautiful together, and who knows how long we've got in this world. So like, let's take what we have and the time that we have, and let's do something. Let's make something out of this, and not only maybe for ourselves, but for future generations, you know, like, and I think that's a big part of being a filmmaker. Like, you want things to be everlasting. So like, your eyes, your vision, you want to create so that people down the road be like, man, like this really moved me, you know, like, and that's why I feel like now at my age now, like I want to get into my film side, because I want to change in a lot of ways the world in some places. I want somebody to feel lost to watch something that I've done and be like, this made me whole again. This made me get on track. Like that, I feed off that, you know, like that's what keeps me going.
That keeps you going. Wow. You know what? Let me ask you this, Manny. Tell us 3 things, right? In your business arena, when it comes to filming, maybe you can talk about the tools you use, some techniques, some tips, some tricks of your trade, which you think is going to help anybody who wants to come into your industry. Just give us, I would say, 4 or 3 tips.
Yeah. Number 1, off the bat, networking. Networking is the key to everything.
You mean IT technology?
No. Like getting out there and meeting people and exchanging numbers, exchanging social media information, like connecting people. Like that is in a sense who you are, because you might meet somebody that is a camera guy and you just happen to be a director, and then the next thing you know, his friend is a lighting guy. You're connecting all the dots that you need to connect. That's what I consider networking, so that you're literally building your foundation. You have to network. You have to put yourself out there. I think that's number 1, because no one's going to know who you are.
Wow, what a concept. I didn't know that. Just kidding.
Number 2, the internet. Use the tools that are given to you. It's a free tool. YouTube is my best friend. If I can't figure something out, I'll go right to YouTube.
Shit.
I want to learn a visual
don't give
effect.
out that secrets, man. How do you think I started? No, I don't
Yeah,
know.
for real though. Like, I mean, when I was younger, you would die for tools like that.
Say that again, man.
When I was younger, you would die for tools like that. The internet was, you had to use your phone line,
Shit.
56K modem, wait for the to connect, and then hope that you have the speed to get on AOL and things like that to try to talk to people. And we didn't even still have like a way that you can go online and meet people and network and do all this online. Like it's right there, and it's a tool that's given to you, and it's there every day. If not there, it's on this.
Shit, we all packed in one. It's so funny. I remember back in 2007 or something, when you were getting out of college or so.
No, don't say that. I was a junior in college, right? I'm not that old.
Okay. I just missed the mark, the time mark. Okay, I fell in love with coding. I'm a self-taught programmer.
Awesome.
But I stopped. I can do basic things. When I want to do something, I will learn it and do it.
Yeah.
And then I won't be able to do anything else. I was going to the library, right? I'll look for books on coding and stuff, and go to the internet cafe, try to strike a deal with the guy so that I can use Microsoft project something. I forgot the name. The script and something. I had to use that office. It's coming, but it keeps vanishing away. The term keeps vanishing away. Visual, anyway, it'll come later. I needed this application, this platform, in order to code to learn it.
Yeah.
And I didn't have it. And thinking about how easy things are now, like
that's right.
If it was during that time with the desire that I had and and the creative thing I wanted
you'd probably
to
be
do.
working at Google or something.
I would have been, yeah, because that was the goal. Like, I want to create something. I want to like develop a site. I want to do this. I want to do this.
Yeah.
Because back in 2007, was Facebook around? It was around.
I think it just started because I remember you had to actually be in college to have Facebook. You couldn't be just a normal person. And your college had to have been on the list because in 07, our college wasn't on the list. So we had to get so many people at our college to say, hey, we want Facebook, we want Facebook. And then I believe at the end of 07, we got our college on there. And then I think for like those next 2 years, it was only colleges. And then eventually it progressed to being more kind of like MySpace, where it was just general world.
And I'll trace back. I got a glimpse of that idea, and I was thinking of doing something like that. I'm not saying I was thinking, but that was what was going on.
Social network, yeah.
I wanted to create something called Learn, and it was easy because I was able to find the resources because I had to search. Yeah. And now it's, as you were saying, YouTube, internet has made it
it's there for you.
Easy.
Yeah.
For you to find the information, you have to filter through the crap.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. The saturation.
Yeah, and do.
But it's there. It's free.
Yeah,
it's there for you.
Like now, it's very easy. Yeah. So that is the second one. What is the third one?
Be humble. Be humble.
How? Like, I don't let nobody walk over me, man.
I get that, but like, don't put yourself on a pedestal. You know, like especially when you're an artist,
a little bit of ego,
and you feel like you're already on, and you're not. You know, like I feel like when you always put yourself like here rather than here, so many more opportunities are going to come your way. So many more people will reach out to you. You'll be in a position to be reachable. But when you put yourself already up here, people almost feel like I don't know. Like I get a kind of a weird vibe from him. I get kind of an attitude, like he's arrogant. Like
he's a dick.
Or that, yeah, right on. A dickhead.
Dickhead, yeah.
So like I think that has been my essence, is that people love how humble I am, that I've never been Hollywood, and that's in a way of a filmmaker. You could say it like that. Like, don't be Hollywood. Be yourself. And I think in that sense is how you can open doors. Because people chase the money, they chase the fame, they chase the wrong things in entertainment and art. Mm-hmm. But when you just be yourself and go through life and just keep on the journey, opportunity is going to come knocking. Mm-hmm. Especially because you know you're good at what you do. Mm-hmm. And if you believe in your talent enough, it's going to speak for itself. So that's why I say be humble.
Be humble.
All the way through your career, even when the money starts rolling in, because there's somebody right under you that's looking up to you that wants to be in the same place you are now. Help that person. You never know. That could be the next person that could help you be in a bigger place than you were before. But people shut doors on people. People shut doors on life. Mm-hmm. So you're closing opportunity. You know, you're closing energy.
And people are life.
Yeah.
Left you alone or me alone in this world. I'll be naked, no clothes, no podcast, no design, nothing. Just finding food to eat. And
Number 4, I got a fourth one. Mm-hmm. Education. I feel like education.
Nah, I don't go to school, man. What do you mean?
But that doesn't even mean, it doesn't even mean school. But
okay.
Knowledge is power.
Okay.
Library card. Knowledge is power. People, I feel like they stop learning. They'll feel like at a point like, well, I don't want to learn this. That's beyond me. Or like, you know, like right now, like I'm big on marketing. So one thing I'm trying to really do with Chevrolet, Cadillac, and Ford is I'm trying to run their entire advertising department because I know the person that's doing it now, he's older. So he's an older mind. So I'm learning SEO. I'm learning Google Ads.
He means that in a good way.
I guess.
Yeah.
I'm bringing the tea out now. But I know marketing. So like I know where we need to go in certain places. So I have to learn like SEO. I have to learn Google, the back end of Google Ads, of generating how to show up on your Google search. You know, like when I search Cadillac, I want our website to be the top website, not number 10, not number 15. So I have to learn that. I have to read books. I have to educate myself. But knowledge is power. Knowledge is beautiful. And I'm the only person that could stop myself. And I realize that even now, like all the tutorials and everything I'm learning, I've learned more in 2 days than I've known in a whole month because I've been sitting down and I've been writing notes and I've been kind of putting my mind on it. So I feel like education is so powerful. And it's not a degree. It's not school in that sense, but it's just learning what you want to learn because it's all available to you. All of the tools are available, especially with the internet. You know, you can look up anything on YouTube right now, on Google alone, Wikipedia. Mm-hmm. You know, everything is at your doorstep. So I feel like don't stop learning because you're always going to gain new aspects of mental health, of even within your art. You know, it might spawn a whole different kind of energy or creativity that you didn't know was there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think that's big important. You know, going to school, of course, is when you're younger. Yeah, please, you know, stay in school. That's number one. But education's all around you. I can't remember last time I've seen somebody in the library. Now, I'm not afraid to go to the library. But people are like, don't go to the library anymore. They don't read books like they used to. They're so caught up on these things.
Well, so, education is the key. And
knowledge. Let's say knowledge is key. Knowledge is power.
Let me add something to it, too. Organized knowledge.
Yeah.
Is power.
That's right.
Because I know some guy who knows a lot. And then when he start talking about it in the wrong place, you're like, oh, boy.
Here we go.
Please. We need to have a podcast for you, man.
Yeah, right.
So that we will organize your knowledge and people really benefit from it. So organize knowledge to a task.
Yeah, that's right.
Really
focus on your task at hand and put all of that into power. Like push yourself. Don't stop pushing yourself. Just because you're at a point here, like I'm 32, somebody might say, like, oh, well, you've already learned enough. That no, like I learn something new every day about filmmaking that I didn't know before, and I love it. I'm so geeked out on knowledge. Like I love learning new things. I love picking people's brain. Mm-hmm. You know, sitting down and talk with somebody like, wow, how did this work for you? Or like, well, what did you do when you shot this? Or you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's how you can always gain new aspects in what you want to do in life as far as your passion. Keep learning. Learn from someone else.
So let me summarize it. Then I will interrupt your pardon. Let me summarize what you said. First, you have to network.
Yep.
2.
You're blanking out on me now.
No, hold on. First, I'm gonna rearrange them in this order, but let's get it. Network.
Yep.
We did education.
Yeah.
Gain knowledge.
Yep. Internet.
The internet is at your disposal.
Yep.
Do your research.
Yep.
Don't give up. Push yourself.
Yep.
And the 4th one.
What was the 4th one? You just had me going on a rant right there.
Hey.
Go back to the tape.
Hey,
rewind.
Hey, guess what? Let's put in 2. The 4th one, surround yourself with the
energy,
right?
People. Right?
Energy,
Yeah.
And another 4th one, just
be yourself.
Be yourself. Yeah, be yourself. Don't be humble.
Be humble.
Yeah, be humble.
Yourself.
That was the
that's
second
right.
one.
That was okay. That's one we missed. Okay.
Be humble. Be humble. Wow.
Not enough coffee yet.
So let me interrupt your partner. You know what? You said you want to be a director, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the best director than you can.
Yeah. Good. Let's connect. Let's do it together.
Oh shoot! I want to compete, man. Not that way, man. You broke my defenses.
You know what they say? Strength in numbers.
Okay, yeah. Unity is strength.
Think of like Roman culture. You know, like when you think about like Sparta and like those type of soldiers and stuff, like it's you know, you got 20 of us, but with us 20 together, we could take on an army.
Interesting. Yeah, and so funny when you finish watching a movie, you see the credits.
Oh man,
you like, oh, this and that and that.
I'm the worst person to watch a movie with.
Credits like they said there's this statement: one person cannot build a cathedral.
That's right. I feel like, and you know, I realized that like within the past few years that my creativity was only going so far because I didn't have enough people around me to help excel me to where I wanted to be. Like you can't do everything, you know, like you can't wear every hat. Sometimes you need that other person to bounce an idea off of, or another person to hold the camera in a different way, or help you light a scene. There's other aspects that you can't do everything by yourself. So when you realize that as an individual, and I feel like that's being humble, because filmmakers are very egotistical. You feel like you're always better than the next. And when you don't think like that, and you're willing to work with others and build a team and work on a project and bring people together, that's when your work's really going to shine. And not only shine in a sense of we made something cool, you made something that changed lives.
That sends a message. That
That's
tells
right.
a story.
That's right.
That helps give some value to other people. That helps entertain someone.
That's right.
That helps to put a smile on someone else's face, you know. And that was Manny, man. That was Manny. Manny, Mac.
Yes, sir.
So, man, I want you to tell us what you have going on now. Is there anything you would like to tell?
You know, the car commercials is crazy for me. Like, I never thought I would get into this bubble, but like, you know, now I'm at a sense in creativity where like I have Cadillac, Chevrolet, I have Ford, I have big brands behind me that are just like create. And I've never been like that in a sense, because you always work with an artist, you always work with somebody that has a vision already. So here I have like big brands that are literally just like, here's the carpet, red carpet, do whatever you want. And I'm like, okay, like I'm gonna go take this Escalade down the street. They're like, cool, no problem. I'm like, okay, like, so it's cool now that like I'm having creative freedom. And as an artist, you love that. Like, oh my gosh, you dream for that day when you're like, just be creative. Like, we believe in you that much. So that's where I'm at right now, and it's opening so many other doors now that I never thought I would be in. And I feel like you have to go with the flow. Like, I never thought I'd do car commercials, but I know that's not where I'm stopping. I know this is just another track that my train's moving along.
It's a step.
That's right. And that's how I know, because I believe myself so much that I know more is coming. And I know this is just another door. But it's a great door, and it's an amazing opportunity. I'm so thankful every day that, you know, not only I can get a solidified paycheck to do what I love and work with big brands, but now, you know, because when you're an independent artist, you grind so hard that like you'll take anything, a wedding, a music video, any gig to survive. This is how you eat. This is how you put food on the table. So as an artist, it can boggle you down a lot, because you're so focused on working that you're not being creative anymore, because you got to live now. You got to pay bills, rent, you know, your dog's got to eat. Like there's responsibility that you have to take on. And so having this now, it's like a secured check so that I can focus on the projects and the things that I really want to do now. So I don't have to rustle and bustle and do so much to live. And now I can sit back and be like, cool, like, let me focus on this documentary. Let me shoot this film that I've been trying to work for fucking 5 to 10 years.
Fuck that.
But yeah, it's you know, it's that long of a grind that like now I can finally sit back and be like, I can say no. That's when I feel like you kind of are getting a sense of where you want to be, when you can say no. Yeah. I don't feel like doing this wedding this weekend. I don't want to do it now, because I can work on something that I want to do, something that I'm passionate and just dying to do and get off the ground. And I'm finally here, and it's a blessing.
Yeah, I will say 2 things out of what you said. And the first is, now I would say you got a solidified check, which is helping reduce the stress for you to focus on something creative, which is going to push you ahead.
That's right.
Not to keep you in your comfort zone.
That's right. And that's where I was. I've been there for years, and I was fine with that. But you want to do better. You know, like my goal in life, I want to win an Oscar. I have to win an Oscar for myself. So I can't keep on the same track, and it's not moving where I want it to move. So like I had to take a necessary step, and that's what I did. Yeah. And I've been only doing this now for a year, a little less than a year, and more opportunity in a year than I've had in 10.
That's beautiful.
But I took a leap of faith. A friend of mine that was working at this Chevy store was like, they had somebody and he was doing the media stuff, but he wasn't doing it like how he saw the vision in me. He was like, come down here and meet the owner. I think this is a perfect opportunity. There were days where I kind of sat there and I was like, I don't know, like cars, like I never thought I would do something like that. Like, I don't know. And I actually almost didn't go. I was like, I don't want to do it. And then just something, I woke up one morning, I was like, I'm going to go. I'm just going to go meet the owner. I'm going to feel it out. And as soon as I sat down with him, you know, I explained myself, who I was, some of the projects I've done, and I vibed well with him. That I was like, man, this is energy. Like, he was 35, 36, the owner of a Chevrolet dealership. Young. Yeah. So I was like, this is someone I think I can build with. Like, I see something here. And he saw it in me. And at that point, that he was like, can you start tomorrow?
Oh, snap.
And I was like, this is it. Like, I needed this. Like, this was the step I've been waiting for. And you know, ever since that day I started, it's just been ongoing now. And now we probably produce 2-3 videos a week, you know, full time for them. So it's fantastic. And
move fast.
That's right.
Keep going.
That's right.
Keep going.
That's
wow.
right.
I don't even know the next question to ask you, man. Shit.
We've just been kind of going. This has kind of been a fun conversation.
I've been following the formats. I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, actually, you've been pretty good, because I remember reading the kind of script you sent me of the questions, and like we kind of dabble here and there, but for the most part, you've been on track.
So, yeah. Now you've answered what you got going on, and we will be gossiping. But
okay.
Before we do,
you're bringing the tea out.
Oh yeah.
Oh geez.
Yeah, it's gonna be a private conversation. So creative people,
it's gonna get hot here.
Stay tuned and listen to what we have. He's gonna tell us where we can find him.
And if you don't hit the subscribe button on this, then you know we're gonna come find you, both of us.
Yeah, and I'll be the one wearing the mask,
and I'll be filming it.
Yeah. tell us, where can they find you? Give us your social, IG, the thing they call in Instagram.
IG, Instagram, all the same stuff. Yeah, Manny Mac QC across the board. It's Instagram, YouTube, Manny Mac Productions. You can look us up. We got over almost 18,000 subscribers on YouTube right now, so we've been booming for a while, and very strong presence on there. We try to work with all kinds of artists, and you can see all of our channel, a lot of our work and stuff like that. But Facebook, Manny Mac, you can find me on there as well. We're literally on every social media. And, shouts out to my partner Yams, my other partner Steele with a studio. We have a production studio about 45 minutes. It's in Monroe, North Carolina. We do full recording studio. And then we also have a production aspect there with the backdrops and photo shoots and stuff like that. So we're pretty much a one-stop shop as far as production, and that's why a lot of artists work with us, because we can do everything for you. Like record your music, shoot your video, do your photo shoot, edit everything, help with some of the marketing sense. So like we work with a lot of artists in consistency, and that's why I told you a big part of me is my catchphrase is productions with personality. Because we're vibe based. We work with a lot of the same artists over and over again, and we don't dabble with a lot of new people here and there. So that's the one big thing when you work with us, you stay with us, and we in a sense build a family like that.
Wow, tell me, man. You said full house recording, production.
Yeah.
What precisely would you be doing over there when I come in there? Like, what would I see going on?
Yeah, okay. Well, we have a lobby. Obviously, we got a whole editing suite. So a lot of the video production is in one room being edited constantly, and photos edited as well. We have a full recording studio, so we got a full setup, booth, everything, so you can come in there as an artist. Yep. Band, rappers, singers, you name it, we record it. Connected to that, we actually have a small movie room. We have a little theater room. Got like 3 rows, like a 200-inch projection system, so you can come in there and watch your films after it's edited, watch your music video after it's edited, or we have a lot of people just come and vibe. We have movie nights, we do the big Super Bowl games, stuff like that. And then in our warehouse back, we build sets. We've got the different colored backdrops for photo shoots. We've done a lot of music videos, a lot of photo shoots back there. So in a lot of ways, it's a production studio, but it's my creative space. It's my escape. Like I can go there and just be myself and just be creative. And that's what I wanted it to be. I just wanted it to be like your escape from reality. So that when you're there, you can just be yourself. You can be creative. You can do what you want to do. You don't have to be boggled down by like, I can't do this. I can't do that. We'll figure out a way. We'll build a set in the back if we have to.
Yeah.
You want to be in space? Cool. We'll build a spaceship back here. That's what it is for me. And we've been 3 years now, full time there.
Interesting. You know what? This is the second time I'm saying this. When I did have a branding and marketing agency, I was trying to grow it, and I tell you what, it got to a point, it was hard, because you wouldn't have the knowledge. You may have the creative senses, and you can work on a whole Fortune 500 business, branding and marketing, but growing the business to get clientele is something you have to learn.
That's right.
And I didn't have that yet, and I was growing, and it was a struggle. And when I was driving, I see businesses, I see convenience stores, I see signs. In my head, I was applauding them. Like, they've been in business. They're able to pay the rent.
That's right. Keep the lights on.
Keep the lights on. Employ people.
Yep.
Big ups to them.
Yeah.
Because it's not easy, but it's easy.
That's right.
It's simple, but it's not easy.
It all starts with an idea.
Yeah.
And then, as long as you stick with that idea, you're going to see it thrive. And then who you surround yourself with. I feel like that is so important. It's so important. In all aspects of life, like you are who you surround yourself with. And when you start realizing that, you start realizing where you wasted a lot of your energy. and who believes in you and who doesn't believe in you, and what's fake that's around you. And when you start, I feel like that's when you start growing up. And as an artist, as an individual, as a lover, all of that in all aspects of life. And that's when you become the person you're supposed to be. And you're always going to grow. There's always room to grow. But really become a valuable person in life that not only can maybe change other people's lives, but change your life for your better. Because like I told you before, you only have one life to live. So live it.
It's not a cut life, 9 life, no.
That's right. Just live it. Memories, life, energy. Like, live it all the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So talking about that, I want you to like, when it comes to video production and filming, what tools or equipment would you recommend for, someone out there, which you think has helped you?
Yeah. One thing that growing up and going to film school was like I didn't have equipment, so that's why you go to film school, because you get to surround yourself with all the equipment, all the best stuff. So one thing my cinematographer teacher taught me was don't rely on your equipment. The only thing you need is this, your eyes. That's your best tool. You can have the worst camera in the world and people are making amazing videos and projects with them. People get so caught up in quality, and I don't feel like that's a focus you need to be on nowadays. Nowadays it's just about being creative, being different. Like don't be like the other video director. Be yourself in a sense that your eye, your vision is what you bring to life. So I feel like equipment is important, but it's not everything, because you are the equipment. Like you show that camera what to do. You set the angle up. But people, even when I was going to school, like they were so caught up in like, oh, it's got to be HD, it's got to be this, it's got to be that.
4K.
Yeah, 4K and 8K is coming out.
There's this red camera.
I have a red.
You have a red?
Yeah, I have a red.
I see. I look. Wow.
And that's why I tell you, quality is not everything.
Because I'm trying to figure out, when I see the pictures they post, maybe I need to see it on a different medium compared to Instagram. When I see a picture from Red and a video from Red, you see its quality, but when I compare it to something which is less expensive, compared to Red, I hardly see the difference.
Yeah, you have to have that kind of quality of a TV or anything like that. But like you think about it, YouTube, Instagram, it's all 1080. A lot of that's not 4K yet. It's getting to that point, but it's not there yet. So it's still dumbed down. It's still, the quality's still done. And that's why I tell people a lot of times, it's not focused on quality, really. It's focused on the person's eye. And it's focused on the creativity, like quality. That's all that matters, and of course the brand. You want to brand it in a certain way too. Like that's a big reason why people book with us, is because we've been doing it so long. So you kind of get the hype behind it as well, like we have a decent fan base, and I feel like that's a sense of a lot of it too. You build your brand up. And when your brand becomes more powerful than the quality, people will focus on that.
Yeah.
People will book me just because it's me. They don't care what camera I bring out.
Yeah. The person behind the camera is the important person.
That's right.
Yeah. Wow. Ooh, boy, we are about to gossip.
Oh, no. The tea's coming out.
But hold on. Before. Day in, day out, when you wake up, what do you do to see progress? Let me ask you.
Whew. Well, first I thank the Lord.
Amen.
Absolutely. Brush my teeth.
Did you say Allah Akbar, or you say, what do you say?
I take a knee, obviously, and just say a mini prayer to myself. Pray to be alive, just to start my day, and I pray for my fiance, most importantly. And just go. I'm pretty much straight from there to the bathroom, brush my teeth, and take a shower and get my day started. And I it's funny now, like I wake up excited every day now. Like I love life. Like I'll be dead tired from not getting much sleep because maybe I was up all night reading or editing a video or something of that nature, recording a session, something like that. But I'm so geeked out on life right now. Like life has got me so high that I'm every day is a new adventure. I'm just like, oh, what am I gonna do today? Like, you know what I mean? So like, I'm blessed. I'm so blessed.
Wow, that is excellent. So man, we are about to gossip.
Here comes the tea.
So at this point, you can vent, you can criticize, you can compliment, you can whine, you can say what the fuck, you can anything you want.
Here we go.
Regarding public, personal, local, international, anybody, any issue, any global thing, any news stuff, anything.
Whew. Where do we start?
I have nothing to say. I'm just here to listen to you, man.
One thing, honestly, you want to really annoys me?
Oh, it annoys me to tell me.
The senseless violence, guns, the gun violence. I can't, like, you know what I wish we could do? I wish we could go back to medieval times and make people have swords. Who's going to pull out a 20-pound sword and be like, all right, we're going to fight? Like,
are you ready?
Yeah, you're not going to do it. You're going to be like, I'm good. Like, maybe we'll talk this out or whatever. But, like, now it's like, even when I was younger, like, it's funny, like, you would fight. you would fight somebody, and then you'd probably have a beer with them afterwards. You'd probably, like kind of laugh it off in a ways or go separate ways, and maybe a few days later come back to it. Or if it got that serious, that person would be like, I'm going to go to the trunk, because that's where the gun was. So then you had like a 5-minute or less period to run the hell away, or, part ways in a certain sense that like, now it's just literally no sense. It's just people will like pull it out and right there in the store, and it's just crazy to me how senseless it is, and people do not care about their lives. They will literally go life in prison.
Pride.
Yeah, and it's just
anger.
Over video games. Somebody beat somebody in NBA 2K and pull out a gun and shoot somebody. Like, I've heard some of the craziest stories of stuff like that, and it doesn't make sense to me because I didn't grow up around a lot of that, because I grew up where I feel like we were men. We fought it out.
We talked things out.
Yeah, we talked it or we fought it out. And we fought it out with these. You had these. This is what you needed to talk it out sometimes with. And I was honestly never there because I don't put that energy out there. So I never had to be myself in those kind of circumstances. I've been around plenty of people that have, but no one's dead from it. It's only, I feel like, these later generations that have really gotten so caught up in that. And I don't know if it's music, if it's culture, if it's a lot of that kind of makes it cool, that kind of makes it a certain lifestyle of like, oh, I'm harder because of this, or I'm cooler because of this. And I think it's so stupid. It just drives me crazy. And because of that, I do less work now. Like, I won't shoot a lot of videos at night. I won't go in certain neighborhoods at night. Like, I don't put myself in certain circumstances because it's not that I don't trust that artist or that person. I don't trust other things going on. That's right. Because like you said earlier, it's crossfire. You could literally just I'm pumping gas in my car and somebody decides to shoot up the store that night and you're right there at that given time. So like, I really be careful on where I go and who I'm around now because of that senselessness. And it pisses me the fuck off. Because growing up, you could go outside till 6 o'clock at night and never have to worry about anything. And that's what it was when we were kids. My mom would be like, get outside. Don't come back till 5 o'clock when it's dark. And then you come back in, you do your homework, go to sleep, and wake up the next day. And that's what it was. Like, because we didn't have a lot of the internet and what you see today. Like, we were outside. We were outside kids. And I think that mentality has changed a lot of people. Like being all over the internet and being all that constantly. It's like, it's made a different life for people. And people think different now. You can't think like you were back then.
It's weird though. I don't know if it is weird. It's
scary.
Crazy and scary.
It's scary. And like, I'm scared for my kids. Like, when I have kids, I'm scared. Like, it's like, I want to build a better life, but you can't control the environment. As much as you try to, you can't control that.
Yeah. Just to even piggyback on what you're saying. Let's say this, right? The lady who got shot, the white lady who got shot on the other side, just right up. Imagine, right? I passed through that place, right, and got home. I saw two guys next to the 7-Eleven. Just went back home. Imagine if I saw that.
Yeah, a few hours earlier, you decided to go to the store.
Yeah, and I saw what went on, and the guy who shot the lady, or the person who committed that crime, saw me.
Yeah. Your whole life will change in a matter of seconds.
Yes. Saw me looking at him.
Yep.
Like, fuck. I'm fucked in a way. Because it could happen to my sister. It could happen to my friend, my brother. And there's no way I would let that person go away.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
And it's not about snitching.
No.
It's about let's put a pause to that mentality he or she has, going around shooting people based on argument.
I think a lot of it is, people don't have necessarily a lot of role models. Like, like when we were younger, like there was a lot more people you could look up to. In a lot of ways, violence is almost cool now.
It shows your thought.
I mean, look at movies like The Purge and things like that. Like, violence is cool now. Like, it's hip. It's like people get off on it, and it's weird how it's turned into that. And that's why I told you it goes back to even people like, I feel like people don't read books anymore, like people would rather go home and put on NBA YoungBoy rap videos on YouTube all night long. Like, that's kind of where we are today's culture.
I'm gonna shoot you if you man, blah blah blah. Fuck that. Just the person who is talking and bragging and saying they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that. Do you know the time they look very pathetic when they sleep? Yeah. When a person who is bragging and arguing when that person sleep, just watch them. You can watch them and say, look at you, stupid person like you, foolish man, foolish guy. Look at you, there you lie, you're sleeping.
It's a very hateful world. We need more love in the world. We need more positive energy. And I feel like that's what we need to focus on. Like, you know, unity, things that like you don't see a lot of sense of today. Like, it's got to change, and it all starts with yourself. If you can't do that within yourself, then you're never going to put out that kind of energy.
And you can do that, but your environment also counts. And
that's right. That's a lot of that too.
You can see it.
You know, when you grow up in that, you can't help it. You know, if that's all you're around, of course. Like, I can't even knock like somebody that's just grown up in violence, didn't have a father, didn't have a mother. Things can change you in a lot of ways, and you know that's kind of sometimes where people end up. And
what he or she knows.
That's right. That's right. You don't know no better.
I remember a friend of mine. I was helping him out, and he was doing something which, you know, you didn't have enough money, and I was assisting you. And literally he was living with me, you know, and you were able to shoot some video which gave you some few like couple of bucks, $100. And you went to buy beer, and I'm like, yo, that's not cool. That's no way to spend the money now. Put it aside, because you know when you got here I had few dollars and we had to find a way to cook something healthy to eat, and I was showing you how to live with less.
That's right.
And I wasn't going to buy this and buy that. He wanted chips. I'm like, no, that's not going to do anything to you in this time. Let's buy something, bread that is going to last longer.
That's right.
And tell me, oh, you don't want to tell me how to spend my money, blah, 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 blah. Let's fight this. Let's fight. I'm like, yo, that is not going to drain the stupidity out of you. Fighting is not going to.
Some people just have so much anger built up.
Yeah, and it happened on numerous occasions that I realized that is what he grew up on.
That's right.
Okay, let's fight this.
That's all he knows how to project.
No, it's not going to drain the filter you have. You don't know anything else. Let's talk. I'm trying to talk something with you, and maybe I could have had a better approach.
Yeah.
To go about it for it to make sense.
Tone is a lot of it too. I feel like with some people.
But it's like, let's fight. You want to pop? Yeah. I'm like, yo, man, come on.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, if I should start popping you, I'll probably be in jail by now.
Right.
Because you wouldn't
or
say
just
one
being
word.
in a situation in the wrong time with him.
I'll probably hit you in the throat in one time. Like it. Let me tell you how evil I am a little bit. It tickles me when I think of how evil I can be when I'm given the chance in maybe life or death situation. Yeah, because I have to survive too. And I'm not saying it's something that I'm going to enjoy doing it, but I have to do it because I have a lot at stake. He or she also has a lot at stake. If I do all I can to stop it and it does not, and then you are coming forward, I have to figure something out. That's why we are still all alive, human. So when the violence comes on and you have to survive and you know there's no way out of it, do what you can. Because once that liquid comes out of you, it's very hard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
a lot of people don't realize it until it's too late.
Yeah. So I'm just telling you, when it comes to risky situations in life and death, do what you can to get out. Because it's crazy. The other person is crazy. You're trying to talk some sense and they're not listening. You can't reason with them, and all they want to show is actions. You have to find a certain way, run or do something.
That's right. And you know, there's always, I feel like, in some sense, somebody that's there that cares. You might not see it, but there are people around you, and if not, you know, there are places that can go that are people who are willing to be that person for you. You know, like, life still has a lot of positive and good sides to it. You just got to find what works for you.
Yeah. So, man, another one. Let's drop in another. What else you want to vent or compliment or?
I don't know. This is a good one.
But let me ask you before you were talking about guns. Do you really? Is it a Second Amendment, the gun thing, or the Third Amendment,
with the right to bear arms,
or the Fourth Amendment?
Talking about the right to bear arms.
Yeah.
Do I believe in it?
Give you all your opinion about it. You believe or not?
I mean, I believe as far as like a constitutional right, yes, I do believe in it. I do believe there should be restrictions. You know, like you should have to pass tests, things of that nature, background checks, things of that for you to actually have a gun. I feel like it is a little too easy to get a gun. I mean, you look at some places like Chicago, places like that, you could probably walk the street right now and get a machine gun. You know, there's a lot of places that are pretty crazy.
Not.
Yeah, but I do believe in that because I mean, you think about it, they fought wars over it. It's a right, even in a sense that you think about back then with the American Revolution. Like, we fought against our government because we believed as a people like we had rights, and that can happen again someday. The government is a very controlling thing, so there could be a day in the future that people are gonna have to come together again and prove that the government is not what it should be doing. It should be protecting our people and giving us rights, not taking them away, and dividing us more than anything. I think that's a big thing in life right now, is a big divide, and a lot of that is culture. It's weird. Like, you would think we'd be coming together more because we are the strength when we're together, but it's very divided. Race, just dumb stuff,
It's dumb, stupid, like, Jesus Christ. And the news and media.
Oh, man.
They find a way.
The worst.
They're really good at what they do. That's
right
all
about
I can
that.
say.
Oh, one thing that what do they say in Family Guy? You ever watch Family Guy? Peter said, "What really grinds my gears?"
Hey.
The localness of Charlotte. It grinds my gears, in the fact that there's no unity. And I feel like there's no unity because there's no loyalty. And I feel like there's no loyalty because people will jump on whatever is the next best thing and whatever's the cheapest. And I've worked with artists like that, where I've literally have like worked with artists in a sense of not charging them because I knew they didn't have it, to grinding with them, showing up late, with them and shoots and video shoots and live shows, and literally like being a part of their lives. So when the next best thing comes along that's a little cheaper, they jump right on it. And I think that's why the Carolinas in the way they are the way they are, because of that reason. Because people like me put so much work in, and you just get frustrated with how artists are. You just kind of move away from it.
Yeah.
You find something bigger. You find something just a little better that's like less of a headache. And because of me going through a lot of that, I don't deal with a lot of artists anymore. And I think that's a lot of sense of Charlotte, because a lot of artists expect so much for so little that the quality is almost out the window now. It's just like who can do it cheaper, who can do it faster, and who's just a little bit better. And they don't care that you've been working with this person for 10 years, 5 years, whatever. And that mentality, I feel like, is why it's so divided. And that why every artist is like, well, I'm the hottest in the city, or I'm the hottest in the city, or I blame why my music isn't hot because nobody supports me. Like, no, the reason, a lot of it is because, you put yourself on a pedestal, like I told you before. You put yourself up here. I've always been down here. So I'm always trying to work with anyone and everybody I can. In a lot of ways, I'm like, there's been many years where I'm like, I know you're grinding. You don't have it. What do you have? You got $50 on you? I'll make that work. I'll work with you.
I have 25.
Okay. Well, we can figure something out.
Okay.
So, like, that mentality, it almost hurt me in a lot of ways, where I kind of let people walk all over me because I was so focused on building myself up and working with people that it hurt my brand. Because now everybody just felt like, oh, man, he's cheap. He does cheap work. Like, and like, I lost a sense of like respect in a way, to where like a lot of people don't like me now in a music sense, because they feel like now I'm Hollywood because I've grown up.
Who do you think you are?
Who are you now to charge what you charge?
Fuck that.
How many years have I done it?
This homie, he can do it for like 150 or 100.
Yeah.
Like, man. And in my head, I'm like, fuck that, man. Then go over there.
That's exactly right. And you have to do that as yourself, realizing my brain is bigger than what I thought it was. And now I respect myself more. And you're going to lose people along the way. And I definitely started doing that. And I think that's what made me realize why the Carolinas are the way they are. Like, I've gone to Atlanta. I've gone to Ohio. I've made strides in like week more than I've done here in years. And because you see how like those small places come together, even South Carolina. You go across the border to South Carolina, and there's unity. It's weird. It's like, I don't know what's in the water in North Carolina, but it's just something that's different down here that people don't come together. And you have cliques. You'll have groups that definitely come together. I see that in some sense in Charlotte. But as far as like all of us, we could all put each other on. But even video directors hate each other. Oh, it's weird. Just because you might work with somebody they worked with before, or you might have a few more views than they do, or you might have a little bit of a better camera. It's like envy, it's hate, and it's just sickening. And that's what I think turned me off from so much of it now, that like I don't do nearly as half the work that I used to do, because I'm just so burnt out on the bullshit.
So, BOT BS.
Yeah.
Burnt out on the bullshit. So, yeah, I feel I'm not gonna say I feel that too, but I keep hearing you are not the only one saying this when it comes to quote unquote.
And I'm one of the ones that's been in it for a while. So, like, a lot of these upcoming guys, like, they starting to feel it now. But it's like, deal with that for 10 years, and it'll burn you all the way out. And, like, I feel like if I was in Atlanta, or if I was in a whole, like, L.A. or New York, and I did all the years that I put in the Carolinas, I'd probably be in a whole nother place right now. But I knew that wasn't my journey. My journey was to go through all that to make me where I am today. So I don't hate it. I'm very respectful and I'm grateful for everything that I went through, good and bad, because I'm growing into the filmmaker that I think I'm supposed to be. Mm-hmm. So I look at that in a sense of growth, of development, of maturity. And some people don't get that luxury. You know, sadly, some people just keep going through bullshit and bullshit and bullshit and bullshit, and they don't realize that, like, I don't have to do this.
You get used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get comfortable because you're making a little bit of money here and there, you know? Like, it's a sense of false hope.
It sucks, man.
But it can happen. Like, I believe in the Carolinas. I'm born and raised from Charlotte. So, like, I believe in my city. But I do feel like it takes people in my realm to, like, go outside the box and get a bigger thing going and come back and try to bring it in a sense of, like, cool, I'm going to connect some of these dots. And I have in some sense. Like, I brought a few film people together that we work on projects together now. And, you know, some artists I've gotten to collab that never would have collabed before. And, you know, it's like I try in my little sense, in my little bubble, but it takes a lot of me's to really make it happen. And I think we can, but, you know, we got to really all get on the same page.
Yeah, you're right, man. I was going to leave Charlotte, trust me. Because as you're saying, you know, the pounding you're doing here, when you do it somewhere else, it's going to give you a lot of feedback.
Mm-hmm. Quicker, like, too. And you're like,
quicker.
Wow, like, why is this so easy to open up? But down here, it's like this mentality.
Yeah, and
I see it at live shows. Like, when I used to go to a lot of live shows and be the artist just staying there like this while somebody's performing, instead of being like, man, this is awesome. Like, I'm going to support this. Like, just closed armed like this, not looking, not supporting, nothing. Just waiting for their turn.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, that's gospel.
That's why I told you strength in numbers. It really is. Like, the more you come together, the more opens up for you. You know, the more you realize that as yourself. Like, man, I should have did this years ago. I sadly should have done it with a lot of people years ago. I'd probably be in Hollywood right now. But that wasn't my journey. That wasn't my time. My time is different.
It's different. And your doings will be different in the situations too.
That's right.
Wow. Is that all you want to vent about?
You know, I'm not big on politics and stuff like that. I try to stay away from a lot of that. I don't even really keep up with a lot of it because it's just such a headache. And, you know.
Meaning he likes politics, but he doesn't like to talk about it.